Cole is wide on the left. Giggs through the middle. Scholes arriving, Sheringham too. Boozer for Cole as a former Newcastle player. And here's Scholes. And Sheringham! It's a good chance. He was under pressure from a defender. But even so, it was delivered very accurately and at a good height by Scholes. Giggs away from Elder, faced now by Barton. Cole over the head of Sheringham to David Beckham. Great expectation as he approached the ball. Rather a letdown, having made contact with it. Oh, Dabizas missed it. And here's Cole. Very much by way of support. Beckham's on his way, and Gallagher's lost him. And here's David Beckham, who has been very well tackled by Kevin Gallagher. It's just the risk, as one saw Gallagher lunge in for the ball, that a real forwards tackle might have resulted in a penalty. It's cleanly taken. Gallagher. Dyer this time is central. Ferguson is joining him. Shearer is free on the far side. Barton. Lee. Shearer. This is a little better. Ferguson! What a wonderful strike! One Ferguson ecstatic, another up in the stands, stony-faced. He's always had a habit of discomforting Manchester United, Duncan Ferguson, but usually with his head and usually from closer range. What a dexterous turn and volley. Half an hour played at St James's. This is Robert Lee, away from Giggs. Now Ferguson, back with Lee, and Dyer has broken free. Shearer ready in the middle, and it was deflected and hit the post. Ferguson, Shearer trying to get there, and then Gallagher, was he bowled over? Apparently not by Silvestre. So much space and time for Kieran Dyer, whose cross looped off the left thigh of Stam and was inches away from doubling Newcastle's advantage. And then, was that a push by Silvestre? Well, there was contact, but the referee said no penalty. Lee. Stam, who didn't meet it correctly. Silvestre, and speed! Well, given the sweetness of his left foot, you would have backed him to make it 2-0. And we're in the last of the 45 minutes. There shouldn't be too much added on because it's been ceaseless this half. Shearer. Only a throw. Keane offering a piece of his mind and a suggestion that the referee's assistant needs some help with his eyesight, and the assistant on that far side has called Steve Lodge across. Andy Garrett from Walsall has drawn the referee's attention to the fact that Keane signalled to him that basically he needed spectacles. And for that show of dissent, Roy Keane is going to go into Stephen Lodge's notebook. And that's, I think, is a sign of Manchester United's frustration with what has been a very impressive Newcastle performance in this first period. Keane. Now the crowd have a reason to boo him as well. Scholes. Keane. It's Robert Lee that was the barrier. And now the provider, possibly. No flag. Shearer brushing off Beckham. Now here's Duncan Ferguson. He's done it once. Not a second time. Marginal as to whether Alan Shearer was onside, but I think the referee's assistant was right to keep the flag down. Ferguson on his stronger side with another salvo. Sheringham. Beckham. Taken. Newcastle are very eager to make this change now. Beckham. Cole! And Harper! Did he keep it out? The linesman has put his flag to the floor to say no, it did not cross the line. Steve Harper had a desperate scramble. Seemed to collide with the post as well. But did he claw it back before it crossed the line? The official said that he did. It was mighty close. Neville. Scholes. Owen Keane is onside. Harper's off his line. Now, did Keane need to make the challenge? And was it fair of him to do so? Newcastle feel that he may have been out of order. It was certainly enough to put the goalkeeper off. Roy Keane's second yellow and he's off. And the protests may land one or two other Manchester United players in trouble, most notably Andy Cole, who really flew off the handle as Stephen Lodge produced the red card. It seems that Manchester United have not learnt their lesson about haranguing referees. Keane off for a second bookable offence. What about Andy Cole? Yellow. And suddenly this fixture, which was always lively, has an extra element to it. That was the reason for the second yellow card for Roy Keane. There's another of the crucial characters today. Referee's assistant Andy Garrett. It was he whose eyesight Roy Keane suggested needed testing, and it was he also who decided that the whole of the ball was not over the whole of the line when Andy Cole thought that he'd scored. Dyer to Ketspire. Not quite the incisive edge to Newcastle now without Ferguson. There's always Shearer. Aaron Hughes. Gallagher. Hughes doesn't seem to fancy his chances of getting beyond Beckham, so instead it's with Gary Speed. Lee. Oh, it was struck very crisply. He hasn't scored this season, Robert Lee. His first appearance of the season, post-Hullet of course, was in the 5-1 defeat at Old Trafford. Manchester United are compelled to make another change, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer replaces Teddy Sheringham. Speed. Stam. Shearer. Oh, it's 4 against 3 in Newcastle's favour. Shearer on his own! Oh, this is Newcastle's day! How can you doubt the revival? He doesn't have a fantastic record against Manchester United. It's only his 9th goal in 26 games against them. But he will surely rate it as one of the most important. Beautifully curled around the keeper and low into the corner. A craftsman at work. Shearer. There's a boot up around his throat from Stam. Didn't bother him. Ketspire. Loves to to run with the ball at his feet. Gary Neville's the one with the problem. That was Georgian, for my word, that was close. It was a tease by Ketspire. It wasn't that far away. Beckham. Elder. Now Domi. Newcastle rampant. Plenty of arm waving. Shearer! Plenty of goals as well. It's surely a seminal day on Tyneside. The Toon Army are back on the march. Captain Shearer to the fore. Manchester United split asunder. And how often have we said that these past 7 or 8 years?
I'm delighted that the response from the players has been as high as it is. You know, we're big belief here. We haven't lost at home, and I'm not superstitious since I came here. And I said that to the players. Some people wouldn't say that because by saying it, you know, you lose. But I said to the players, you know, it's a fortress. You know, no team's going to find it easy here, and that's for Manchester United. And you saw the abundance of spirit. We were compact, we were solid, we played with a lot of courage. We never ducked out of any challenge, either aerial or on the ground. We won our 50-50s, we fought for the second ball all afternoon and basically controlled the game.
Well, I'm always disappointed when we lose. We always feel we can win matches. But I thought the performance level, I thought we were careless in the last third at times, and we dominated the first 25 minutes of the first half. We got caught with a fantastic counter punch, you know, the Ferguson goal was a marvellous hit. The second half, for 25 minutes, we dominated again. But when we risked, it became too much. You know, prepared to play the 3 at the back and 4 in midfield after Roy was sent off, and it was a big risk to take. But then that's the kind of risk we usually take, and we can take when you want to try and recover from games. It was worth it. But when the second goal went in, obviously that was the game over.